All right, folks, look, we getting back at it. You know what I mean? This has been an everyday post all throughout November from the 1st to the 27th, right? Today, we coming up on scalloped potatoes. Now, this is gonna be real simple. You can look, come on, look down here right now. You see I ain't got a whole lot of ingredients out here. This is it, folks. But I promise you, don't let the lack of ingredients fool you. This is still gonna be great tasting. You guys will start mixing up things you want to. And don't forget, this full ingredient list right here with the measurements is on my website, Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. Okay, so now would be a good time for us to go ahead and preheat, right? So we're gonna use a traditional 350. We hit start, and now let's go ahead and start prepping our ingredients. All right, now listen, there's gonna be a few things we gotta do prior to, doing our cheese sauce, and then we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be using the mandolin. You guys look right here. I know some of y'all right now scared. I'm not gonna say everybody, but I know some of y'all got them stories like, oh, I didn't cut myself and all of that. But when we use something that we buy from the store that got things like this to protect us, and we use it properly, we don't have to worry about, cutting our fingertips off and stuff like that. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and grade. First thing you wanna do is grade your own cheese. If you can, folks, don't go buy that cheese that's already pre-graded. It's got that waxy film on it. It just don't melt the right way. And that's there just to keep everything from sticking in the bag. Now I wanna go ahead and just grade. And then for some of you guys, if you had not ever heard nobody say this before, and I know this sounds crazy with me saying it to all the people that know, and that is the grader only gonna work in one direction. I see people running this all up and down, all that kind of stuff. I just smile because I know they're working hard. Look, it's just down, down, up, down, right? So I'm just doing it fast so it looks like I'm coming back up with it. Okay, so now that the parm is done, now we go ahead and hit, our cheddar. All right, so look, I graded my cheese. You guys can look right here. I probably got a little bit more cheese than I need, but even if I have extra, I just save it. We run through cheese so much here, you know what I mean? So you can never make enough. So now I got my mandolin set up. I already washed my potatoes. They just sitting here, they completely dry, waiting for me to go ahead and slice these. But I think the first thing I'm gonna do is, let's go ahead and make this sauce. So let's start off by putting some heat underneath the bottom of here. Start with a medium heat. Bring my butter into play, and it's gonna start off with butter and garlic. So like I try to teach, if we get everything after ready, we know we got this, then when it come time, when that's melted, then we go ahead and press. All right, so now we got a little heat in the pan or our pot. Let's go ahead and just drop this in here like that and get this to, on this journey of starting to melt. All right, now we got the heat, we got our melted butter. Now we're gonna go ahead and just add, our garlic. Now, this is my favorite part, folks. All right, now we just squeeze it. Now we got the heat in there. We're gonna wanna keep it moving as soon as we get it in there. You see it down there? So now I'll just turn this, just like you see. You just wanna mix. It don't take long, about 30 seconds. Let me check my heat. Oh, that's super low. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start adding some of my flour. You'll see that like the bubbles and the suds, they start to settle down. You see that right there? All right, once you got that all incorporated, now we're gonna add a little of this milk to it. It'll kind of like thicken up and become like a paste in the inside, but the key is just to keep it all moving like I'm doing. And notice how I'm pouring this in slowly, right? You don't want to just pour it all in there. I do want to keep my heat as high as possible without me putting it on high. Now would be a time, like if you want to, you can go ahead and switch over to a whisk. All right, so once this starts to heat up, it starts to thicken up again on its own, right? I'm gonna turn my fire off. And now I'm going to incorporate, this is key. When you guys are making one of these cheese sauces, you don't want to keep cooking it because you keep that fire underneath it. What it does is it starts to become, even thicker, and then you'll find yourself, if it get too thick, you want to add yourself some more milk to it. All right, so now you just want to add a couple of handfuls each. The residual heat will cook this down and melt that. That's what you want. You want to get it to melt. It'll be nice and smooth. This cheddar give it a nice taste, but it also give it that color. All right, so once you get your cheese in here, and we cheesy now, folks. I don't have any fire underneath the bottom of it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add myself just a couple of pinches of salt. That's it, just small pinches. Or one decent size. You wanna get that incorporated. Oh yeah, you see that right there? Look, now we getting cheesy, folks. So we'll let the heat in here, let it do its thing. And then for me, for that little bit of a nutty flavor that I like, I'm gonna go ahead and just tap just a little bit of this nutmeg in here, just like that. Now, here's where you guys can like level it up and make it your own. You know what I mean? Say you wanna go ahead and add Creole kick to it, a seasoning, whatever profile you're looking for, whatever is your favorite, go ahead and put it in there. Now we're gonna come back to these potatoes, right? I'm just gonna move this across like this. I'm using my mandolin, folks, and I got it. Some of you guys, like I said, a lot of people are scared to use these, but if you use them properly, you don't have any issues. Now I'll go ahead. Look, I got my water right here. This so they don't brown. You know what I mean? They'll brown on you quick, especially when they're this thin. This is the size that I'm using. You know what I mean? I'll go ahead and call that like 1/8 of an inch. That's a good size right there. Let me go ahead and finish doing the rest of these, and then we're gonna go ahead and layer them. All right, so now that we got everything done, I'm looking at this right here. I love the thickness that I have, you know, for my little medallions. I'm gonna go ahead and take my non-stick spray, spray this, you know what I mean? Let's see. Now I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna go ahead and just pour all of that starchy water and all that stuff off of them and get them as dry as, you know, possible. Then it's up to you guys how you wanna layer them. I think on this one, I got several videos. Sometimes I stand them up and get them to go around like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, or sometimes I'll lay them down. Whichever way, you guys do whatever's good for you guys. Now let me go ahead and drain. All right, so I'm just gonna pour just a small layer right underneath the bottom, right? Now we just take this and just spread this around. Now we're gonna go ahead and just line these. I decided ultimately I'm just gonna stack them like this. You know what I mean? You guys get to adjust. I'll come back to it once I'm done. Oh, and then I didn't say nothing about this part. You notice that I didn't even peel my potatoes. You guys do whatever you guys want to do. It's up to you. If you want like a cleaner look or something like that, I guess the only time I really see them done like that is when they come out of a box or something like that. But for me, save yourself the time. They look good. They work out good just like this. All right, so now we go ahead and just put a layer of cheese right here on top like this. Now it settles down there and get down on the bottom. You don't need to put a whole lot. I know some of y'all are looking at it right now like, dang, I wish I had some nachos. Yes, sir, I know you do. All right, so this is what it should look like. You know what I mean? You just want to make sure you got cheese on your outer layer and not. Now we finna cover this. And I'm gonna try to cover this as tight as I can, you know, then we're gonna put it in the oven. Now that I have it covered, we put this inside of the oven. We're gonna go in for about 45 minutes, right? Nice, tight as you can get it, right? And then after that, then we're gonna pull it out, and then we're gonna go about another 20 minutes. That'll be uncovered. So we just stick it in right now. We just put it in here. And I'll see you guys in 40 minutes. Now, look, you done seen it. You done seen some B-roll over the top of these. These right here is fire. They still hold their composure. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like the integrity is there, but they still soft. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to take them and like flip them. If you need them to cook longer, you know what I mean? If you want them to be softer, don't forget to do the toothpick test, right? You just want to put it in there and find your tenderness. And other than that, this is right. Some of you guys are going to be doing mashed potatoes. Some are going to do scallops. You guys can put whatever flavor profile on these. You know what? I'm not even going to over talk it. Let me go ahead and give you some of these. They are good. So look, if you want to know are they creamy, you see that right there? I'll just move this around like this so you can see that cream sauce is everything. There we go. Cheers, y'all. Look, these ain't going to make no Tupperware tonight. Right here is fire. Only thing I can think of is like, where is the rest of the food? You know what I'm saying? But look, this is a great companion, especially for Thanksgiving. To be honest with you, I don't care what day of the year it is or what holiday, no holiday, you want to make yourself some of these. Now, when I talk about the profile on this got that garlic cheesy flavor, right? You guys got so many. Please tell me what you guys would do to make your own. Let me know down in the comment section below, and then maybe next time when I make it, I'll do it as well. If you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And don't forget, this is Vlog Feast, and we deep into the episodes now. We almost there at Thanksgiving. I'm out, y'all. Peace.